Move over Wall Street. Miami's got its own bull now. Mayor Francis Suarez unveiling a new Bitcoin bull statue as the city's crypto conference ramps up. And we have ears on the ground. Yahoo Finance's David Hollerith joining us live from the conference itself. And there's the bull right behind you. It's a little Black Mirror-y for my taste. But David, what have you been watching, hearing, listening to down in Miami? And did you have the chance to, can you ride that thing?
Brian, I do think it's rideable, although I will point out there are police cars behind me, so I think they're sort of railing it off for now. But yeah, this is, I guess it's day 2 of the Bitcoin 2022 conference. There have been crypto enthusiasts, investors, and general nerds, I guess you would say, who have sort of descended on Miami for the past week. And this conference that I'm at right now is pretty much Bitcoin focused, but there are a lot of other events going on around other cryptocurrencies. So, I think what you're seeing right here is one of the first, at least since last year, one of the first big in real life events for crypto people, which, as you know, are, it's a market and industry that's very, very much decentralized and on the internet. So it's very interesting for everybody to see each other in real life.
Yeah, I bet that's a little refreshing, right? Looks like you're having fun out there, David. I'm imagining there's a lot of talk about regulation, especially on the back of what's been playing out in Washington, D.C. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen today giving a speech at American University talking about how she views Bitcoin and specifically the regulation that should take shape. Take a listen to what she had to say.
These tasks will be guided by 6 policy objectives. The first is to protect consumers, investors, and businesses. Second, safeguard financial stability from systemic risk. Third, mitigate national security risks. Fourth, promote U.S. leadership and economic competitiveness. Fifth, promote equitable access to safe and affordable financial services. And finally, support responsible technological advances.
Of course, David, Secretary Yellen, just the very latest official to weigh in on how or what regulation should look like. We heard from SEC Chair Gary Gensler earlier this week, too. What are you hearing on the ground there about the conversations that are happening in D.C.?
Kiko, not as much on Janet Yellen's speech, which obviously has just sort of happened, but it's very similar to what we've seen, what I've been hearing as far as what's happened earlier this week and last week, more focused around the Securities and Exchange Commission's decisions. And I've actually heard a little bit more openness than I've expected. That or just sort of outright disinterest. Which I think goes to show that the people who want to be involved with what Washington's doing has sort of acknowledged that the cryptocurrency sector's had a lot of time to be sort of more freewheeling, and I'm not sure if necessarily it would have gotten this far if it hadn't been. But now that it's at a level of adoption that I think people might say is sort of medium. It's not as much as people say it's still early. I don't think it's early after 10 years anymore. I think it is sort of time. At least this is what I've heard from a lot of the people who work in the sectors, that it is sort of time to add better rules. But it is all a question of each rule contextually, what that means, and whether or not they will help or they'll inhibit innovation. But I've not really heard anyone who's been overly concerned yet.
All right, Yahoo Finance's David Hollerith in Miami, Florida. Enjoy the nice weather down there. We'll see you again very soon.